Greetings. Let's do this thing. What's up, Nivex and Cathedora? Nice to see you. So last week I had a power outage, and that's why I didn't stream. My power was back by the time the streaming would have started, but the storm, I had gone to bed at like 2:40, 2:30, 2:40, and then at like a little after 3, I was out cold, and a little bit after 3, there was lots of thunder and lightning and wind. We did have some trees down in the area. But yeah, so that woke me up, and then the power went out at like 3:15 or whatever. So it's really hot. The power is out. So my fan is off. I can't open the windows because it's storming like crazy. And I tried to roll over and tried to go back to sleep and just didn't sleep well. And it was storming for a while, and the power was still out every time I woke up. So finally, at like, what was it? I woke up a little bit before like 7:30 or so, and I was like, okay, the power is still, my fan is still off, so the power is still out. So I like get up and I get dressed, and I'm like, I better get some ice, because I noticed that the power company said that your power may not come on until tomorrow at noon. And I'm like, I have all this, I just bought a chest freezer. Like, I have all this stuff in the freezer. Not a lot of stuff in the fridge. So anyway, so I go and I get ice, and then come back home, and I quick open up the freezer and put the ice in, like, and grab the stuff out of the fridge and put it in the cooler in the garage, and then tried to go back to sleep, and it was just a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So finally the power came back on Wednesday at like, it was like 3:45 or so. So, I mean, thank you to the power company for all their efforts and getting things back on earlier than expected, but I was like, oh no, I have all this food in the freezer. Blah. But everything was fine. It probably would have been fine. And I didn't want to I the freezer, but I was like, oh, I better just quick, just drop some ice in, and just in case. So anyway, so now I have a lot of ice, and I've been making a lot of iced tea, because I had 4 5-pound bags of ice for the freezers. Anyway, that's my story. I did a little warming up. Ice, yeah, ice. No, not that ice. The kind of ice. The kind of ice that makes your drinks cool in the summer. That kind of ice. What's up, DJ Moans? DJ Moans 1. That's why you pay your bills on time, so we don't hear some cover story about the power grid failing. No, there were trees down. It's well documented in the news. It's well documented. Well documented. Anyway. All right, I did a little bit of warming up. Let's keep warming up. I'm just going to do like a finger twister, and then just going to jump right into these pieces. I feel like I've made some good progress on these pieces in the 2 weeks since I have seen you, or you have seen me play this cello right here. Anyway, let me do this. Oh, and also I remembered to turn on the phantom power for my cello mic this week. So go me for that. Let's see. DJ Moans 1 says, I have the itis today. I was going to stream, but I can't move after an XL portion of bolognese. Well, I mean, there are worse reasons to not stream. I've been kind of like, I don't know, I've been in kind of kind of a maybe a little bit of a funk, perhaps. I'm fine, but like I was just like I'm in a bit of a weird mood. So anyway, we're gonna do number 9 on this one. Number 9. Oh, because I was doing these ones. These are the 1 through 9 are the kind of the bass things, and I don't usually do them on stream. So I'm gonna do this at a few different note lengths. Okay, so that was 16th notes. I look sporty today. I have my Garbage version 2.0 logo t-shirt because they are on tour and all of my friends are, well, not all of them, but all of my nerd friends from the Garbage community are on tour in Europe right now, and I am not. I am here with you. Okay, that's like the first time I've been able to do that with 30-second notes in time with the metronome. So what I've been doing is when I start to screw up, I pause and then I try it again, just like a short burst, and then I do it again. That seems to be working all right to do it like that, because now I'm like I said today, you know, is the first time as I've been doing 30-second notes that I've been able to hit the beat with the metronome. So okay, that's enough of that. Actually, let's keep going on these Feuillard exercises. We'll do some shifting. I'm in the mood for the shifting. I did not do the shifting yesterday, so we should do it today. 13. You're this one. That's what we're doing. Okay, I gotta conserve my bow more better. Better bow management. Okay, so now let's turn the metronome on. keep forgetting to turn off my pedal, which is not ideal, but it does appear to have like an auto sleep function. So it doesn't totally drain my battery. Number 4 here. And then what are, are you a G? Yeah, you're a G. That's an F sharp. No, that's not a G. I've been going back and forth between treble clef and tenor clef and bass clef a lot lately. And so sometimes I just like can't remember what's what, and then my brain kind of short circuits, and then I need a moment to count on my fingers to figure out what notes these are. It also might be because I'm tuned down, so then I have to do, when I like do these exercises, I have to do some musical math to figure out what note I'm actually playing. Anyway, so we have A, G, C, A, and then G, or D, sorry, D. F, natural, so that's the second half. Okay, I'm overshooting. Okay. That's enough of that one. Five, 34. Next page. There you are. Okay, so this is here. No. And then I could just tune up. But what fun would that be? So I haven't. This is the F sharp string currently. Usually it's a G string. It's written. That is written. It is a D as written, and then we go up to an F. There it is. to sneeze. Game on, I guess. Okay. Let's see here. So we have okay, so it's not an extension there. Okay, I need a drone because I can't remember what that tone is. Okay, so it's an F. It's an E. The tone is an E, but it's written like an F because I'm tuned a half step down. To manage my bow better. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I'll turn that off. Moving on to number 6 here. 38. All right, so this is a whole step down because this is on the C string, which is currently a B string. That's where we end up. Okay. I think I got it. Okay, let's do them all in one bow. All right, one more of these. Number 7. Oops, not that. Not that. Okay, 12. All right, so this is, we're in tenor clef now. That's the shift right there. So we go. Let's do these 2 notes per bow. Let's see if we can do this all in. let's try and get that smoother. I feel like I'm playing this very mechanically, very, very like I'm on the dance floor at a goth club with something really, really four on the floor, like ESA or something. You don't know ESA? Go look them up. They're great. Not that smooth, but smoother. So I'll take it. Let's play some music. Let's play some music. Still don't have my Stream Deck working. Much to my dismay. All right, let's have some fun with bowings. So I mentioned that I feel pretty good about the progress on how the wind blew. So this is it's percussive and there's all these harmonics. But I spent a lot of time at my last lesson working on the bowing with my teacher. And so it's like for just this like main section. Gotta get into the groove here. I have to, so what I need to do is I need to barely hold the bow and I just need to let it like bounce. So that's getting better. I would like those to be louder, and there's a combination of two things that are going to do that for me. Number one is the bow, but the other thing is making sure that I'm on the sweet spot for the harmonic. Which I don't always get there. That's getting better. I feel like that's coming along. But let's work on this transition between the intro or like that kind of main riff and then the next riff. Like this is basically like this piece is a lot of the same that just kind of repeats, which is like pretty common in, music. But it's definitely like a looping type piece. Not looping for like a looper, but like looping different parts. So for this part, I need to keep my bow close to the bridge. Keep my bow close to the bridge and be really precise. Again, finding that sweet spot for the harmonic. So the other thing from like a bowing perspective and like emphasis perspective. The first note and the first beat and the third beat are the notes that should be emphasized. See, I'm like, sometimes I hit this harmonic. That's not the harmonic. That is not the harmonic we're looking for. So it's right here. Remember, I gotta be closer to the bridge. See, so we end this transition here. So Aaron, what's up? Thanks for the raid. Hi, friends. Working on this really percussive, cool modern piece called "How the Wind Blew" by, I believe, an Australian composer named Helen Mountfort. Hope you had a fantastic stream. But yeah, so this is I'm just working on the beginning part here. This is the cool, like, the whole piece. It's percussive and it's all harmonics. So we go. So that's the first section, and I'm working on the transition between the first section and the second section. And let's do this here. My Stream Deck isn't working because I switched to Linux, and I haven't set it up yet. I hope you had a great stream, Aaron. What were you up to? What was going on? And if you want to step away and take care of your post-stream things, do not feel like you need to stick around and chat. So the second section here, what I'm working on is here. So this is the second section. So that transition between the two parts is what I'm working on here. And then, well, we'll get to that later. See, stream was lovely, normal, excellent, normal, in quotation marks, as normal as Twitch gets, I imagine. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do, let's do this. We'll do that part into the next section. Rated by the lovely Wonder Truly. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Everybody follow Aaron and also follow Wonder Truly while you're at it. Let's do that. Follow everybody. And then DJ Moans 1 is also in chat. Let's just shout out the people that are streaming that I know about that stream. DJ Moan's one. Oh, is that not gonna? Oh, there it goes. Come on. Come on, bot. Come on, bot. I know you can do it. DJ Moan's one plays all kinds of music. All kinds of good music. And we also have Cathedora. Mod love. Mod love for Cathedora. Oh wait, Cathedora has their own command. Maybe that'll work better. Anyway, I've been kind of in a weird mood like the past week or so, and I'm kind of procrastinating. But let's get to work here. Let's get to work here. See, there's harmonics have kind of, if you play guitar or another bowed string instrument, you might be aware of this already, but like harmonics have kind of a sweet spot. So harmonics where you just touch the string, right? And the sweet spot's probably right about there. It's really right on top of where the actual note is. So it sounds really strong, and it'll sound better if I get my bow closer to the bridge, which you can't see. Here, let's do this. Bump this down a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There, now you can see my bridge. Right? You can hear the difference. Just by moving my bow. So I want to hit the sweet spot where the harmonic is. So if I move my finger, you can hear I've got a little bit of a range on the string for where I can make the harmonic sound, but there's definitely a, just like with a tennis racket, there's definitely a sweet spot. Joe says one of these days we'll get Cathedora to do that 24-hour karaoke stream. So this is where those notes are. And one thing that I've been tending to do is get my fingers spread a little bit too far apart up here, because like as you go up the neck on the cello, the notes get closer together, so they're farthest apart up here, just like on a guitar. I do like the cello. Cello's so freaking cool. Yeah. I went to a jam, like I go to video game music jams on occasion, and one of the things there was a clinic leading up to VGM Con back in April that I went to, and they asked us, thinking about how does your instrument fit in with the rest of the ensemble, because at these jam sessions, like more like a jazz jam session, you'll just be playing from a lead sheet. So a lead sheet just has the chords and like a simplified version of the melody on the sheet, and you have to kind of figure out like how do I fit in with the rest of the group. And so they asked us to think about at this clinic, what is your instrument uniquely good at? And is that something, and if you think about that, is that something that you can use that idea to frame how you participate in the jam? And I thought about it for a while, and I came up with a few things, but I was like, well, no, the trombone can do that. There was actually a trombone player at the clinic. But, like the thing that other instruments can't do, that bowed strings can do, is a lot of like sound designy sort of things. So like this. or playing in like up here. If you need weird, creepy sounds, I got you. You know, other instruments can't do that. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to think about, especially within the context of playing in an ensemble like that in a jam. All right, let's get some more reps in on this transition here, because I'm not hitting those harmonics cleanly on the sort of in the first loop. We'll call it loop 1 and loop 2. So loop 1 is the percussive loop and loop 2 is the more melodic loop. Yeah, I'm not hitting it at all. That's where you are. Sounds like a siren. Welcome back, Cathedora. Yeah, you know, something always happens when you're modding and you get up to change locations or get a snack or whatever. Okay, so I'm hitting that note stronger, but I want to also work my way more towards the bridge once I get to loop 2. Let's do a couple more notes of that loop 2. What's up, Iocane? Wait, what happened to all the albums on the wall? I moved. That's what happened. Yeah, I moved so that I don't have to stop practicing at 10 p.m. They're all upstairs. They're all in the living room upstairs. Okay, that's getting better. Brain fart. It's right there. It's not that far away. Let's put it together. was undershooting that. What's up, Argyle? I do not also study I do not study math. I do not. But I know someone that does. JC practices math on YouTube. Practices math. He's also a classical guitarist. So there's JC practices for classical guitar and JC practices math for math. What's up, Tesno? That's getting better. Let's skip ahead to another section here. So we do this part, we come back and do that part again, and then we do this. As you can tell, common theme is that I am not hitting the harmonics precisely on the sweet spot. So how do we work on that? Let's do the transition, I guess, between the loop 1 and I guess we'll call this loop 3. What's up, Jaded Angel? Everybody doing internet things. Everybody doing the internet things. Jaded Angel has a YouTube channel I posted about in my Discord. So if you're in my Discord, make sure you go subscribe to Jaded Angel's channel. See, we want that note. Thanks, Cathedora. It's really hard to hit those notes so you can hear them. I think they're supposed to be quiet, but I'm not happy with the volume that I'm getting, the intensity that I'm getting out of those notes right now. Again, those notes, I think that those notes are farther apart than they actually are, and so I am getting too big with my fingers, and then I'm not hitting the sweet spot. up, DJ Scully? Alpha? Everybody's here today. Everybody's here. DJ Scully's also a streamer, a DJ streamer. It's good to see you. Okay, so the transition here. I'm popular. Today apparently. Let's see here. I'm undershooting that. Let's move on to the hard part. This is going to be a little screechy. Just fair warning, some of you may have earblood emotes in your arsenal, your emote arsenal. I will not be offended if you use them. Because this part, here we do that, we do those first 3 loops again, and then we come back to so we're going up. I'm just going to do 1 string. We start here. We start on an A on the top string. A and a D and an F sharp. So it should be. Those are the tones. And I got to remember to keep my bow closer to the bridge to get these notes to sound better. When you're up, when there's a shorter distance between the string, like where your finger, the harmonic, and the bridge, those are like weaker. So you have to work harder. Then when you have more length of the string available between the harmonic and the bridge, between your finger and the bridge. So we end, we had A, D, F sharp, then we got another A. And the harmonics get closer together up here too. Oh, that's nice and strong. You have to hit it pretty dead on, otherwise you get screechy. Then we got a C. C. So we end at an F sharp. And that's really hard to make sound nice. It's way up there, and then we go back to that sound design stuff. Not a lot of instruments that can do that. And then they're double stops, which means you play 2 strings at once. So let's do the other. Then we do that again. So let's work on the transition here. Quadruple stops if you press hard enough. Hey, Velvet Goat Cheese. I don't know. I mean, you have to do it up here. And I don't know. I mean, you'd have to do it way up here. And then that gets rosin up where your fingers go, and that's gross. Icky, icky, icky. Actually, so I've mentioned this before. I don't like touching rosin. And there's lots of, I'm like kind of suppressing a bit of a, maybe, I mean, I feel like I'm suppressing my facial reactions, but I'm probably not. So we have to go from where is it? Where are you? Velvet Goat Cheese says rosin is not a pleasant touch sensation. No, it's not. Though I do like the flavored version. They have flavored rosin? What? Just kidding. Okay, I was like, flavored rosin? Why are you eating rosin? And why is it flavored? And why are you eating this? Ew, no, don't do that. I mean, it does look like candy. It does look like candy. If you, this is, I mean, it kind of looks like candy, right? Looks like a, I don't know, cherry maybe. A more organic cherry candy. Or artisanal soap, yes, that too. Cursed Turkish delights. for 4-year-olds. Is it wax? It's not wax. It's like a tree sap kind of thing that gets hardened and shaped into these little cakey sort of things that are not candy. But yeah, it's like it's tree sap. Way undershot that. A little bit overshot, so I'm overcorrecting. That's good. We're zeroing in. Way undershot that. Undershot, but close. Jaden Angel says start a trend, the rosin challenge. Just kidding. Friends, do not eat rosin. Do not recommend. If you do, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Don't eat rosin. So that's getting there. It's getting there. So that's how that's supposed to sound. Yeah, Jove is taking notes over there. Good. Yeah, okay. So let's move on. There's another section that I want to work on. I've already spent a lot of time on this piece, so I want to make sure I get to the other one. So there's another part. This is the other hard part. And we spent a lot of time on this at my lesson last week, too. So here, I'm using my thumb. Where are you? To find the sweet spot, I'm supposed to practice this with like actually putting my fingers down. But I gotta know what it's supposed to sound like first. Okay, so those are the notes. And then there's a sforzando, which is really loud, and then you really soft, really loud, then really soft, and then you crescendo up. So it should be like. I gotta count how many there are. There's 3 sets of eighth notes. Okay, and then we do the same thing, except we switch between the chords faster. And then we do 6 notes per chord, then 3 notes per chord, then 2 notes per chord. Let's see, would we do that? It is. Then we go back to that first part. So, but the lead into this is. Okay, so I'm going up one whole step, but I'm using my thumb, so it feels like a bigger shift than it actually is. That's getting better. And then that's basically the end of the piece. We just do. Well, this is loud. That's it. That's how it ends. That's how it ends. Okay, so this other piece is in the same tuning. And let me grab my notes, actually, that are sitting on the floor right here. I don't think I wrote anything down at my last week's lesson. I seem to recall not writing, like thinking I should write some stuff down, and then I didn't, and I totally did not. All right, so today's the 17th. While we're here, I have a couple things I want to mark down in my music to ask my teacher about, because we didn't really get to the very slidey section. But anyway, so this piece, for those of you that are new, this is also by Helen Mountfort. It's in the same tuning. So A, D, F sharp, B. Normally this is, the F sharp is a G, so it's a half step down. And the B string is usually a C string, so it's a whole step down. And this piece is supposed to imitate the duduk, which is what my cello teacher calls the saddest instrument ever. And it is an Armenian double reed instrument with a really thick reed. So the way that he explained this to me is if you are watching a movie or a TV show and something bad happens in the desert, there's probably a duduk on the soundtrack. So take that for what it is. Let me see. What did I want to work on here, though, specifically? A lot of it is, so this piece repeats a lot, but it needs to be very expressive. And then dynamics are a thing that need to make it sound interesting. Like sometimes if I start at the beginning, I get kind of like stuck on working on that section. So let's start at the beginning. We will do that. So one thing from an expression standpoint is this first note here. My teacher suggested to use no vibrato on the first note because we played this. And then the second time you play that same F sharp, that's when you add vibrato to give it a little bit of variety. So I'm going to work on that. Just keep working on that first little bit because I also want to work on. Just work on that second part. What's up, Whammy? Sounds like the desert, but not like Arizona, but like Egypt. Yeah, it has. I don't know if this is in the Phrygian mode or if it's in a harmonic minor or whatever, but it definitely has that more like Eastern, like Mediterranean sort of sound to it, which I think is cool. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, and then we're going to add the next little part here. So let's just do that whole little bit a few times. So on the long note, the first long note, I want to start quiet, crescendo, and then decrescendo with vibrato. And then once we do the glissando here, I want to come up and then back down as the notes descend in tone. I want to come back down in volume. And I'm hitting the wrong finger there. So the composer, Helen Mountfort, she uses a 2 there, but we changed. My teacher did a bunch of changes to the fingering, and Helen Mountfort explicitly says to play, says vary and experiment with tone, color, glissandi, and speed and width of vibrato. So she's definitely giving you, so the explicitly with the glissandi, there's always creative license, but she's explicitly saying play with this. So my teacher likes to play this with a lot of sliding around in his first finger. Whereas there's a really nice video on YouTube of her performing this, I think for like an Australian radio station or something like that, or like TV station. And you can see that I noticed the difference is, one of the differences is there's a bunch of left-hand pizzicatos. She always uses her first finger for the left-hand pizzicatos. And my teacher has me sliding around on my first finger to get the specific glissandi. I don't have my first finger available for the left-hand pizzicato, so it's a little bit trickier to do it that way. I think Helen Mountfort's way is a little bit. It's easier for me, just kind of like straight out of the gate. But trying, I want to see if I can learn to do it the other way to get my teacher's suggested expression. Because he's doing a lot of weird things by sliding around on his first finger, but musically, it's kind of cool the way he does it. I like the way she does it too, but it's two different interpretations. Now I've got this. Let's just do this part. I keep doing this wrong, so I'm practicing the wrong way, or the way that I don't mean to be doing it. That's what I want to do. Let's do it a few times. The other thing is there is an accent on that there. So these are 16th notes technically, but because the piece is so rubato and we're supposed to play with a lot of stuff that and you can hear it. She's not playing, super. She's like even in the recording or in the video where she's performing, the duration of the notes is kind of an approximation. Not that she's out of time, because she's not. It's just the way that it's written. There's a little bit more leeway. But sometimes I think I'm playing. Sometimes I think she's doing a little bit shorter, and I'm holding that higher note on the glissando a little bit longer than she is, and I want to see. I want to try and kind of more closely match what she's doing, and then I might deviate again, but I want to like get back to what is the composer doing. Probably bring that down in volume more. So that is easier to do, and that's her fingering. I think it's easier, but like I said, I want to also be able to do this other fingering that my teacher gave me. I want to be able to do them both. That was better. I still could bring the volume down more, I think. I'm gonna do that again because I slid on my second finger and we want to slide on my first finger. That needs to be nice and low. So the one of the ways that in order to not stop my vibrato when I'm getting ready to play the left hand pizzicato, I need to get my finger on the string ready. So that I'm already vibrating, and then I can just do that, which is really hard to do. It works though when I can get it. Going a little bit farther than I wanted to go here. High. Probably should try and get my finger on the, once I land here. There's the next line. So here. Oh, good luck fixing your generator, Whammy. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe I'll see you later. So there's a here is where I want to. I feel like I want to hold that upper note on the glissando, but I've been trying to make it shorter, because when you listen to the recording, it's shorter, and then it's actually the upper note is a 16th note slurred into a dotted 8th note, so it is supposed to be. It is supposed to be shorter. So that last one, there's two glissandi that are a 16th note, and then, or that start on a 16th note, and then the last one is an 8th note, so it's clearly supposed to be longer. And it also, the last one has an accent over it. What's up, Shade? Nice to see you. So where's a good spot to jump in? See. There's a good spot to jump in. Except it's not a 2-2, it's a 2-1. Go into the part on the A string. Sounds Egyptian. Yeah, it's definitely like got that sort of like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern sort of sound to it. Somebody was saying earlier it sounds like you're in the desert, but not like in a desert like in the Egypt desert, in a desert in the Middle East, rather than a desert in like the American Southwest or Australia or someplace else. Let's see. What's up, Famished? It said F sharp Mixolydian, so that would be... Mixolydian is the, if you know The Man Who Sold the World, the scale in the chorus, or yeah. That would be F sharp Mixolydian. So it could be but Phrygian. Let's see. So we have anyway. I'm not gonna musical math that out right here. Because there's only in Mixolydian, just thinking about how many it's a raised. It's actually a flat. It's a flat 7. And that's not how this is written. It's written with sharps. Anyway, on this part, we switched to the A string, and now I'm in an awkward situation where this is the last line. I'm a sheet music digital sheet music, awkward situation is the problem. So that's the melody. Same melody, different string, different part of the scale. In this piece, I was hearing F sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, and D. Yeah. So the sharps that are written here, like that are not in the key signature, because the key signature looks like C major, but it's not. It's in a mode. It's definitely in a mode. We have F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Yeah. Are there any other ones that sneak in? So as we transition into on the A string, the D string is richer and warmer because the string is actually fatter. So the A string is a little bit skinnier, so it's brighter, even if I play it the same way. So I have to, in order to not make it super bright, I need to take a little bit off of my bow to start this. So let's transition in here. Just on this F sharp, or sorry. Yeah, you're an F sharp. Wait, no, we're in bass clef. That's a C sharp. Wait, yes, that's an F sharp. Jumping between clefs, I tell ya, it messes with my brain. And I'm jumping. This piece is just treble clef and bass clef, but I have played pieces before that are bass clef, tenor clef, and treble clef in the same piece, and they jump back and forth between all of them, and it gets very confusing. And why might a composer or a publisher do that? It's because you have less ledger lines to read, so it's a little bit easier to process if most of the notes don't have a million ledger lines. That's kind of the main reason for that. So it's like you kind of got to pick your poison, as they say. But I think I would rather have fewer ledger lines than stay in the same clef just to stay in the same clef and then have a bunch of ledger lines to have to count all the time. Like once I shift into the right clef, I'm okay. But sometimes it takes me a moment to shift into the correct brain. So let's just do that much. That's tricky too to get. I got to get my first finger ready for that left hand pizzicato. Okay, I'm going to stop there because that's where the page turn is. The end of that little sequence here. So let's just keep working on this transition. And let's actually go back a couple more. Let's go back here. go back. Nah, that's not the right place. That's not a good place to jump in. I want to try and be, I think I want my bow a little bit closer to the fingerboard to get more of a flautendo and to make it, to soften the notes on the A string. So I do feel like they're sticking out more than I want them to stick out. Let's get the left hand pizzicato in there. I forgot. Ah, 1-1. 2-1, or sorry, 2-1. My iPad is charged, so we're gonna undo that, turn it the other way so I can see the next page. And we're gonna do this so I can see that. let's just do that much. Okay, that came on a little hot on the A string. Again, I probably want my bow to be up a little bit closer to the fingerboard. It's softer as you go up this way. So this next part here I want to ask my teacher about because he gave me stuff. And then we haven't looked at it together. It's this part. But the first half of that is 16th notes, and then you're supposed to, and then the second half is 32nd notes. And again, the note lengths are approximations, but the directive in the music is start same speed as semiquavers, which is another word for 16th notes, and accelerate. Oh wait, semiquaver. Let me look that up. There's quavers and semiquavers, and I don't know I don't always remember which is which. A semiquaver is a 16th note. Okay. So we start the same speed as the 16th note. So it should start. Something along those lines. So I want to talk to my teacher about that. I'm going to just mark that in highlighter so I hopefully remember. And then we do the same thing, except we do it again higher. So it's the same pattern with the 16th notes and then the 32nd notes. And then we do the same. We go back to the beginning, basically. I mean, we don't go all the way back to the beginning, but it's the same melody, except now it says it's mezzo forte. So we started mezzo piano. Is it mezzo piano or piano? We started piano. And then we're starting this one at mezzo forte, and it says more intense now, and più mosso, which probably means something along those lines as well. And now we've also got the left hand pizzicato. So this is all the same. Except there's only, this is different. Slightly different. Because I think. Let me just count. No, it's the same. It just looked different because of the way the line broke. Let me go back to the A string part, an octave higher. And then this is forte. We got the slidey part again. Got more slidey part. And then, is anything different? I don't think anything is different. I think the thing that's different, and then the thing that's different mostly is the dynamics, and then the expression is different. So we go back down to mezzo piano, and then basically end the piece. So the end is much the same as the beginning. Oh, this is the thing that's different. So that's the thing that's different. And that's the end of the piece. So I think I'm going to wrap things up for today. So I have a chance to eat dinner before I have to go out. So let's find somebody to raid Shade and Famished and Whammy on YouTube. And oh, we had, what was it? We had earlier, we had SP. Thank you, everybody on Twitch. Thank you, Aaron, for the raid. Everybody go follow Aaron. Aaron with 2 N's. Is it 2 or 3? 2 or 3. 2 Erin with two N's. She changed her handle. So make sure you go follow Erin if you're not following Erin already. I will probably be back here around the same time next week. Sometime Wednesday late afternoon, U.S. Central Time. I might pop on before then for a pop-up. I might not. We'll see. But anyway, hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Let's do this. YouTube, and say goodbye to you. Twitch, we're going to go on a raid, so stick around. And I'll see you next time, YouTube.